70. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Ocala, baby, what makes you look so good? Ocala, baby, what makes you look so good? Why don't you love me like I know you could?
5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I just figured out who you look like, Kelly. I just figured out who you look like.
Just now, after years?
Just now, yeah. When you were pulling your hair like that. I was looking at you on the monitor. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
Kelli Hart is here from Ocala Magazine. She's the executive editor over there. She's a writer to the magazine, and she's their go-to person for, I guess you're the face of Ocala Magazine, and we're on the air. So good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
So
what do I look like?
My mother had on her wall, and I think after she died, my brother got it, so I might have a picture of it. But this Indian princess picture, and that's who you look like.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Robin, do you remember that Indian princess picture? Kelly looks like that lady.
Well, I have on moccasins today.
Do you really?
Yeah. Maybe I've channeled it for you somehow. I don't know. But I have people ask me, well, maybe not so much now because my skin is so pale, but back in the days before I gave up the tanning and all of the harmful stuff, I was very tan. I'd be tan all the time, if not from the sun, from tanning beds and things that are very harmful and I do not recommend to do. And people would ask me if I had, any type of Indian or even Italian. I would get that sometimes.
Oh, really?
Not so much now. Not so much now because I'm so pale, but well, that's interesting.
Oh gosh, I probably have a picture somewhere of my mom with it. I think she did it. I think it was a painting or something she embroidered or something.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, if you dig it up, you'll have to show it to me. So it's the end of the month. We're busy at deadline over at Ocala Magazine, so we're kind of transitioning now from February over to our March issue. And one of the things that was in our February issue that we have not talked about yet, which I thought would make for a really interesting conversation this morning, is an article that I wrote, and it's called She Shaves. And it's interesting because the reason I wrote it, I actually had sit down, I was just going to do a blog about it.
You mean her face?
Her face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was going to do a blog about it because I was watching a reality TV show. I think it was, I don't know, it wasn't Mob Wives, although it probably should be. But one of the housewives.
I'm looking
things.
at your upper lip now.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Why don't you do like the wax thing and get it permanent?
Well, I've done laser. I've done laser hair removal and stuff like that.
Right.
So
is it hard to admit that you shave?
No.
Okay.
No, I wrote a whole story about it.
I'm just curious.
I'm an open book. You know me.
Too.
It's very hard for me
too.
to. There's not much that's hard for me to admit. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm not going to say my weight.
My
on
grandmother
air,
had
whatever.
a little thing going on her lip. I remember.
There's
that.
a lot of women. Okay, that have. So they have hair on their upper lip, which to me is really bothersome because it's there on your face. When you talk to someone, a lot of times you'll look at their mouth, and it's such an easy fix. And as we get older,
it is. I do it every day.
And we lose volume in our face, this upper lip will kind of wrinkle. So now not only do you have kind of a wrinkle there, but I think it almost casts shadows on the hair that you have there, which makes it even worse. And then the girls that do, the duck face thing on social media.
Yeah.
So now you're like pursing your lips, you're gathering those wrinkles, and all your hair collects, and it's just like, hey, lady, you have a mustache, okay? Like, do something about it. So I was watching a reality TV show, and the lady on the show admitted that she has shaved her face for years, and not just her upper lip, but her whole face. She shaves her whole face. And
the way she was born, something.
And so she's an older lady, but out of all the cast, it actually looks the best. I mean, her skin looks the best, and of course, you always just chalk it up to makeup or plastic surgery. I mean, who knows nowadays on TV and stuff. So I'm listening to this, and I'm like, okay, that's really interesting because I have always heard that if once you shave something, now it's going to grow back, and it'll be thicker, and it'll grow back darker, and I have very pale skin, but I have very dark hair. And so any of the hair on my body would be dark, especially compared to my pale skin. So I thought, wow, she's really taking a risk shaving her face, because what if a beard grows back, or like what if her mustache gets thicker or whatever.
Right.
So I'm watching this show, and so I started to Google it, and I thought, is this really a thing? Like, do women really shave their face? And I started Googling this thing about hair growing back.
Oh, you
thicker.
find some weird things when you Google stuff like that.
Yeah, you do. So come to find out, and I wrote a story about it, and I thought it was really interesting, but Marilyn Monroe and Elizabeth Taylor have shaved, they shaved their face for years and years and
Really?
years.
Wow.
Yes, their whole face. And of course, there wasn't laser treatments and things like that, I'm certain at some point. So they have found, and there's lots of studies on this, and a lot of women shave their face. They just don't talk about it because for some reason, I guess it's taboo. I mean, we shave everywhere else, but, heaven forbid we would shave, I guess, our face. So I was, online, and I'm digging up some information, and there are so many statistics and numbers and studies that have been done for women who shave their face.
Really?
Whose skin is improved, the balance of their skin improved.
By shaving.
By shaving their face.
Okay.
And, women are always...
By dragging a razor blade across the face.
Yeah, what it does is it acts as an exfoliator. So where a lot of times you'll see women using creams that have like little salts or sugars, it kind of scrubs the dead skin off, which can over time be harmful because your skin is really very delicate on your face, especially like around your eyes and those areas.
Yeah.
So over time you're scrubbing and it's doing a little bit of damage. A razor doesn't do any damage. All it does is it lifts the dead skin and the outer layer of your skin off every time you shave.
Can I tell you something that Clark Howard said? This was
Yeah.
a money-saving tip.
Okay.
He said, for you ladies, when you buy your razors, they're pink and they cost 3 times as much as a man's razor, but it's the exact same thing.
Sure.
So what do you buy? Do you buy the ladies' razors?
No, for years,
Just buy the men's razors.
I buy a men's razor.
It's cheaper.
I buy a men's razor, and I buy men's the shaving creams,
Okay.
because men naturally have like a coarser hair, and I just kind of discovered it by mistake when I was married, and both our razors are there in the shower and mine wasn't, and I was like, I'll just use this razor, no big deal.
Right.
And so I did. And I thought, I actually feel like I got a smoother shave, because maybe these razors are built better because they know this is going up against
Not according to Clark Howard. They're the
coarser
same
hair.
exact thing, same blades, just a different color handle.
Well, I mean, I just want a razor that works. I'm sure anyone that touches me wants a razor that works, and they don't care what color it is, okay?
Right.
So I kind of discovered it by accident, but I thought to myself, this feels better. I think it works better. So I'm going to just start buying a men's razor and men's shaving cream or whatever, which I do.
Shaving cream is awesome.
For
I love shaving cream.
years, I've used Gillette or Gillette Sensor or one of those types of things. And so now I think I use a Mach 3 because they do look pretty cool.
Did you ever do shaving cream balloons?
No.
Oh, gosh. You and Lily would have so much fun with these. Take a balloon,
Okay.
fill it with shaving cream. Simple as that. Instead of of a water balloon, have a shaving cream balloon.
How do you...
When you throw it back and forth, it'll eventually burst.
So you just put some in there, then you blow it up, then
No, just let the shaving cream thing, just push it in there. It'll blow it up.
it'll blow it up?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
We could try that. That sounds like
It's
a good
mess.
outdoor
It's
activity.
an outdoor thing, yeah.
Definitely. So I'm looking online and I'm realizing that, all these serums that women pay buku amount of dollars for, because we don't care how much it costs, we just care that it claims to work, and we'll try anything. And when you exfoliate your skin, you're allowing the serums and the lotions that you use to be able to kind of penetrate a lot better and make it work better and faster. So when you shave your face and you're removing a layer or two of dead skin, it allows for all of those serums and lotions to work better. So there's so many reasons for a woman to shave her face. So I thought, all right, you know what? I'm going to shave. I'm going to shave my face and see what happens. And I was at home and I'd watched the show and I got online and I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. So that
When did you do this?
So that it was a couple months ago.
Okay.
So I thought, I'm just going to do this, and then what's the worst thing that can happen? I might like grow a beard or something might happen, but then I had already had some laser hair removal done on my face because I didn't want the problem. And I thought, well, now I don't have it, like around my mouth and stuff like that, but what if it stirs up or generates new hair growth or something? So I knew that I was taking some type of a risk, but whatever. And So I shaved, and I mean, it was weird. The first time, I will admit that I was very nervous putting a razor to my face, because what if I cut my face? I've never done it. What if it grows back thicker? I mean, but I can tell you that I've been shaving now for a couple months.
Did you watch yourself when you did it? Like, did you look in the mirror? Oh, really? See, I never used the miror.
No. I mean, I know where my face is. I don't know what I'm looking at. Why would I need to look? I know where it is.
Just wondering.
So I tried it, and my face was so smooth afterwards. and I put my lotions on, and I feel like my makeup actually went on better. Why? Well, because there's no little
hairs.
These little baby hairs that women get, and you can't really see them, but sometimes your powder can get kind of caked up in some of your hair.
And you didn't get the bristly feel?
No.
Those little hairs didn't have bristles?
No. And not
even the next day?
Not even the next day, not even days later. I don't think that it has stirred up any type of hair growth. I don't have any stubble on my face. And
so I don't know if you know this answer, but when, like, for example, Cher's daughter decided she wanted to become a man, she has facial hair now. Is it fake, or do the hormones literally?
It must be a hormonal type.
So your face, our face, the hair on my face, and the lack of hair on your face is all about the hormones.
Yeah.
We're really at the mercy of chemicals, aren't we?
That's true. And I mean, there's things to remove hair that are chemical compounds, like what is it, Nair? I don't know if that works or not. I've never used it, but the commercial seems to say that you just put this chemical on and, like, pow, all your hair falls off. Yeah, I don't even want that anywhere near my shampoo bottle, okay?
There was a story yesterday about a bald guy who was being looked for. They got video surveillance of him. He stole a bunch of Rogaine. He must have really been desperate. He went to buy, the stuff that's supposed to grow hair.
Maybe he wanted to, put it in his wife's face lotion or something.
Oh! All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
All right.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunny but cool day for Friday with a high between 61 and 65. Clear and cold Friday night with lows ranging from the mid-30s and a few inland spots to the lower 40s on the coast. Saturday sunny but still cool, high 63 to 67. For Sunday, mostly sunny and becoming warmer, high 70 to 74. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Yeah, I'm that drip coming down from the corner of the room. But where did I come from? I'll never tell.
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind their work to help make your home safe and secure, plus they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
All right, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock, Kelli Hart is in the studio. We're talking about shaving. And Robin texted me, by the way. She said she saved her face. I had no idea.
See?
I had no idea.
You know what's crazy is ever since this story has come out, and I mean, listen, it's just a little 2-page story, you know? I mean, it's really just something fun that I wrote because I thought, how many other women out there need to know this, or maybe are doing this and just because it's we can't say that we would shave our face. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, but apparently, so I put this story out, and I have gotten a lot of women who have responded privately to me, maybe on Facebook or an email, that have said, I shave my face too. I've shaved my face for years.
But I asked you. Mm-hmm. And you answered me honestly. Is it an uncomfortable question to be asked? Is it like almost embarrassing to be answering that question? Do you shave your face? And you said no, not at all. But I'm wondering in general. I mean, the things that women. It seems like you hide a lot of personal things from us guys. We don't know a lot of stuff you do.
I think
not
that
you're
right.
embarrassed by it, just that you do.
I think that we do. I don't know.
Because you're cats. We're dogs.
I guess so.
You go behind the bush when you pee. We just stand in front of the bush.
Wherever you need to go. I mean, I don't know if it's because women have this image, we're supposed to be perfect and we're supposed to be smooth and curvy and flawless and soft and subtle and, all of these things. And so for us to do something that a man would do, I just don't know I have no explanation for it, but I know that the dialogue has been very private on this issue. And a lot of the women that I've talked to, when I respond to them and I've said, is this something that you're embarrassed to do? Like, oh God, I wouldn't tell anyone that I do it.
Okay.
And a couple people that have read this said, Kelli, I cannot believe that you would tell everybody basically that would read this that you shave your face. And it's like, well, what is the difference?
That's funny.
We're not embarrassed to walk around with a lady stash, but we're embarrassed to say that we would shave. And listen, and I don't shave my face because I had a hair issue. Like I said, I had remedied that with laser hair treatments.
Right.
I listened to the other aspects of it, which was the exfoliation and knowing that my skin would be softer and I'd be safely removing.
Plus, doesn't shaving cream just feel good?
It feels so good. I mean, I'm like, ooh, it's like a baby's butt.
But
it feels really good.
You know what I don't like, though? I don't like when somebody else does it. Like some guys have no problem going to the barber.
With the straight edge thing?
Well, it's not that part. It's just another guy. I don't need somebody putting a warm towel and just cut my hair.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, if barbers would really tap into this market and market to ladies who want their face, finely shaved, we would love that.
How much would it cost? A lot more.
Of course. What is a regular shave? $8 maybe?
I have no idea.
A lady shave would be like $30. Why? Because we'll pay it.
Even though there's no hair there.
Even though it's the same
hair.
exact service, we would be charged more. So, but I mean, that's the way of the world. That would be the way of the world. So it's a really interesting article. There's a lot of great articles in the February issue. March is coming, and so we're very excited. We're going to have a fantastic spotlight on Chester Weber and a little bit about Live Oak and the history of Live Oak as they're celebrating 25 years this year, and that's exciting. We also, for our Ocala home section, have a portion in there about easy etiquette because I thought, I think people have really gotten away from etiquette when they're planning an event or attending, like not RSVPing and showing up late and, just texting invites on people's phones. We don't do handwritten notes anymore.
That's the problem. The invites. I see invites on my Facebook all the time, 2 weeks late. I won't see them. And then, oh my gosh, they had a little get together and I didn't go or didn't even respond.
Well, my hope in that was just to remind people that we've kind of gotten away from that, and it really means a lot to people to know someone took the time when they're planning, and then if some, like bringing a hostess gift. I mean, I've planned all kinds of little parties, and only a few times has someone shown up with some type of hostess gift.
Do you know what I saw? A sweet thing the other day. I want to share this with you.
Okay.
Robin and I were playing music at an assisted living facility, and a little old lady in a walker. I mean, the typical what you would picture a little old lady looking like. She sat down in a chair next to a lamp, and she opened up her purse, and she pulled out an envelope and opened up a letter and started reading it to herself. Now, we're playing music. I'm just kind of watching her, and I'm thinking, boy, this is sweet. And then she's like laughing at whatever she's reading. Just a little, just a little laugh. And it touches me so much because I'm thinking to myself, somebody took the time to write her that letter. Chances are, this is not the first time she's read it.
Probably
Chances
not.
are she loves this letter. Who knows? It could be 20 years old.
Yeah.
But the written, handwritten on paper letter, like you're talking about with invitations, that is such a lost thing. We can't let that go.
I know that my dad in his wallet has a little letter that Lily had written, like when she was tiny.
Isn't that sweet?
A couple
Yeah.
little words,
Yeah.
misspelled, S's backwards,
Yeah.
that he keeps in there. And he pulls it out all the time. And I know my dad wrote a poem when I was born about me, and it is folded up, and I have it. And
Oh, man.
these are things you cannot replace. One of my favorite things about dating used to be hanging on and keeping the little notes that you might find. And I still like to do that. I like to write little notes and, put them in someone's pocket, and they might find it today. They might find it the next time they wear that coat, but it'll be there. And people don't do it anymore. I mean, there's really nothing these days to hang on to or save because everything is electronic. And so, I mean, even though we can save it electronically.
That's a campaign.
Yeah, the tangible ability to, just to be able to touch and feel and reread something and see it in their writing.
If we could get society to go back to that at least a little bit,
At least a little. And that was really the purpose of this story from March, is just to know, here's the etiquette. So here's what we really should be doing. But there's so many reasons to be doing it because it's a feel-good thing. I love to write a letter. I love to get a letter.
Oh, it's a future thing, too, because in the future, you're not going to keep that email that invited you to the party.
No, absolutely not. But you will keep a letter.
Even that
you
thank
will
you
keep
note.
it.
Yeah.
So, and then there's also a story in there about the whole vagina monologue debacle that's happening, and I had the opportunity to talk to Pam Claro and Matt Wardell. I talked to Brad Dinkins, and I talked to Chad Taylor and a few others who.
And they all disagree, don't they?
They all.
Some of them say it's what, obscene? You're
issues-
familiar with the story, right?
Yes, I'm familiar with the story.
In your opinion, is it obscene in any way?
I don't think that it is obscene in any way.
In any way.
I think that there are some things that you could object to. There's some profanity in some of them. So if you're not really into profanity, that might.
But that's so many movies, and
well, that's so many of everything. I mean, that's But there's no part of it that I'm offended by as a woman. There's no part of it that makes me feel like it's distasteful or that the motivation behind it is sexual in nature or anything vulgar. I do feel like the overall purpose of it is to give women a voice, and here we are talking about something that's trying to be silenced.
So do you think in your gut that the real objection is the word vagina? If they had called it the women's monologue, do you think they would have had an objection to that?
I do not think so.
But it would be the same story.
It would be the same stories. And I did ask Mr. Dinkins yesterday, and he did give me a lot of his time and was very open and honest with me. And I asked him, has he read the monologues? And his answer was no.
So it's just that one word.
So I said, okay, so what's the problem? And he said, well, I saw the advertisement for the show, and I thought, vagina monologues, this doesn't sound wholesome. And so he looked into it, and at this time he has still not read them, but he knows that there's something that needs to be looked into, and he's exercising his right to take it to counsel and ask them to make the call.
There you go.
That's why our counsel is there, and I appreciate him taking the right avenues there, and if nothing else, I can say that it has definitely heightened the awareness and the excitement for the show. I think ticket sales have actually increased significantly since we've been talking about this, and this will be one of those things I think in time we'll look back on, because in the future I am certain.
And meanwhile, Chad put this on in the old
Insomniac, yes.
Right.
So this isn't the first time it's been in Ocala. This, it's for Pace Center for Girls. I think that's what we really need to focus on, is that 100% of all proceeds are going to Pace Center for Girls, which is a phenomenal program that helps so many young ladies. And I can say that because I know it. I used to work there. And So I think that's what we really need to keep at the forefront of all of the arguments is
So that'll be in the magazine
is the
too.
cause. So yes, look for that in March. Like us on Facebook. We're getting ready to start talking about 40 under 40 nominations. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Every year someone misses it and they want to kick themselves. So we have a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and you will miss it if you're not liking us on Facebook.
Just remember me when you do 70 under 70.
I will definitely remember you.
Thank you, Kelly. That was fun. We'll be right back.
Rock and roll, the rock and roll is gonna suit my soul. I don't care about no rock and jive. Just wanna be your man tonight. Oh, Cali, baby, what makes you look so good? Oh, Cali, baby, what makes you look so good?
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. More out on that rampage in Kansas, which left 3 victims and the gunman dead.
Destin police officer shoots and kills.